It's Bigfoot right now, back on the radar at a Tampa Bay park.
He died mid-1978.
So he got killed with the ghost after you get with the ghost, yeah, great friend, eh? You're gonna call.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else see the leprechaun? Say, yeah.
Is something really out there? 3 more U.S. senators received a classified briefing about UFOs at Pentagon.
Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations.
Could be a crackhead. They got hold to the wrong stuff.
Right, much. Stir fry laugh, sing the 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 laugh.
Welcome to Mysteriousnesses, episode number 43. I am your host, John J. Murray. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, subscribing, following, all of that stuff. I'm joined today by my good buddy and former host on the Something Planet podcast, Eric Redinger, everybody. Yeah. But you're back now. You're back.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're going to be the Mysteriousnesses guys.
We're the guys now. Yeah, we got the... Got Eric from the, what is it, the ROI podcast now?
Yeah, but I don't like the name. I've been very vocal about that.
You've been I mean, you guys, before we talk about spooky stuff, you can explain a little bit. I think I had you on Something Planet podcast.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. But you sold Sweat Equity, yeah.
And then, which I don't think the guy's using it. Like, I don't think it's getting used, and
most really good ideas never come to fruition,
Right.
So it's like he has intentions.
Yeah. But yeah, we sold it and then had to come up with a new name. And Law was convinced. We started to call it Girthy. It was a Girthy pod.
Not good for the algorithm.
If you search Girthy pod, you're going to get a lot of gay porn.
Yep.
And you get distracted by that, and you don't find the podcast.
And then you're just jerking off, and then
and then a lot of times jerking off to the gay porn and not listening to the show. So we switched it to ROI, which in theory sounded fine until I go on there. I'm like, well, there's other ROI shows already. He's like, yeah, but I put the TM thing next to it, so now we get it. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, but I own it now.
I know, but I called dibs, so.
I originally wanted to name the podcast Planet Something, but Pepsi actually owned that website.
What?
Yeah, Pepsi for some reason owned the trademark to Planet Something, so we just went Something Planet. Yeah. And actually, I like it better now.
Yeah, I do too.
Anyway, welcome to the show. We haven't done a Mysteriousnesses in a while. I haven't retired from it. I still keep up on all of this stuff. I actually went on a ghost tour a couple weeks ago. I've actually seen a UFO since I've recorded this podcast, I think. So the last time I recorded this podcast. I did a ghost tour in Savannah, Georgia, which is supposed to be the most haunted city in the United States. Are you a ghost guy? Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Love me some Zach Bagans.
Oh yeah, Zach Bagans. He's like a douchebag, but like
I know.
I also like him.
Got to do it right. Exactly. Me too. I just love on that show, like
he wears bedazzled jeans to search for ghosts.
But if you they've been doing it for a long time, like 20 years. So you see bright-eyed, and then the progression to where they're all wearing black and gray, and you could just see the hitchhiker effect take place on these poor people. So it's just like, how many fucking ghosts are you carrying around with you, bro?
It's
like that.
Zach Bagans has famously claimed to have sex with a ghost a couple of times, actually.
Right, yeah. Yep, okay.
I think one of those places was in Savannah, Georgia, where I took this ghost tour. So, I took the ghost tour. I didn't see anything, but, I did see shit out of the corner of my eyes, Because apparently all of Savannah, most of Savannah, is just built on a graveyard. They never dug the bodies up.
The South. I mean, a lot of atrocities happen in the South, and particularly there's a ton of just haunted as shit places.
Very true, yeah. And then the tour guides talk about it it's just very commonplace too. It's very mundane to them. They're like, oh yeah, this is where they hung a bunch of people unjustly, and then they bury their bodies in a mass grave right over there. and then we built a park there.
Yeah. Here we are talking about it, and I'm here every day, and it doesn't affect me at all. It's like, oh. I mean,
So I saw stuff out of the corner of my eyes, and then me and my wife Leah, we both photographed just like kind of like it was like a blur. Like we couldn't see it with the naked eye, but our cameras picked it up, and slightly human outline, but it was just weird effects in the camera. It was almost like somebody had added like a digital effect over something to make it obscured so that you couldn't see it on the camera. You know, like when they scramble somebody's face on Cops, that's what it kind of looked like, but for like the whole body.
Yeah, that seems to be common for UFOs also, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm pretty convinced that's just wherever they're coming from. Like it's not shitty camera work. It's just how it looks to us.
Right. Well, we are here today to talk about a couple of major things with UFOs. Not really ghosts, but we're here to talk about Age of Disclosure and the possibilities surrounding the Comet 31 Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so these are kind of big revelations.
Yeah. So what do you think of the documentary?
Let's start with the Age of Disclosure. Like you said last night, I had known a lot about that stuff because the documentary kind of takes place over like a 5-year period.
Right.
And so I knew a lot of the stuff. I know, Dr. Travis, he was one of the guys from the Skinwalker Ranch. I know he had participated.
Travis Taylor.
Yeah, Dr. Travis Taylor.
Oh, shoot a rocket through it.
Yeah, his whole deal is let's shoot a rocket and see what the fuck happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to be shooting them things.
Yeah, I like how as the Skinwalker Ranch series progresses, the rocket budget increases like a little bit every season.
That show, I do watch it, obviously, but like it does drive me crazy where I'm like, y'all are just dicking around. Like you're making it into a TV show when it's like,
right,
some fucking excavators out there and build a tower up to the shit. Like it's that hard to figure out.
Or they're like, there could be an object underneath this mountain. Okay, dig it up, motherfucker.
Quickly, oh, you don't like to dig on the ranch now? Bad things happen. It's like,
yeah, because it's cursed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people are already getting hemorrhages and stuff. I don't get after it.
That's true. Yeah, the one guy, his brain swelled up real bad. Which is one of the symptoms that they touched on in the documentary last night is exposure to these, I guess we just call them alien propulsion systems, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, they seem to put off radiation that is harmful to humans. I've actually heard they're like, oh, the blue ones are bad or the green ones. I don't remember what they said, but it was like, oh, the different colors they put off matters on whether it affects.
None of it's probably good for you.
No, I doubt it.
Not from the outside. If you're inside that field that's generated, you're probably fine. Outside, not so much. So I do have a list of topics here, kind of a cheat sheet.
What the AI monkey had to do.
Yeah, so we got so this is basically about a long-standing government cover-up of extraterrestrial life and non-human intelligence. So it's over the past 5 years, basically, there was a couple of senators that started speaking up about it and started actually listening to the people that investigate this stuff. And, they were kind of old guys, so they're kind of on their way out anyway.
Right.
So they were able to confidently pursue these ideas without, being worried about losing their job because, they're 90 years old and they just don't care.
Yeah, I think that's happening a lot too. I mean, you see a lot of these old guys coming around figuring out that like, oh, I mean, what are they really going to do to me? Like the guy, Harold Malmgren, who was an advisor for like Kennedy and all these presidents and stuff. He came out, he was on Jesse Michael's show and he said a lot of crazy shit, but it's just like, what motivation do most of these people have to make it up, to lie? Like, are they making money?
Yeah, these people are already rich. They've worked in high level government positions for years and years and years.
Yes, hidden money.
Yeah, like
money.
I liked in the documentary that the guys were like, I like the old scientist guys. They were like, oh, people like to say that the government can't keep a secret, but that's actually just government propaganda because I've worked in several secret projects and I've never heard any of them get leaked out. So yeah, They
Yeah.
can't keep a secret.
Yeah, no, it's easy to keep a secret if they're going to kill your family. And
Right.
you're going to commit suicide by shooting yourself in the head twice.
And they give you the financial incentive to
Take
not do that.
those money, or
Yeah, as a carrot and the stick at the
Yeah.
same time.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, say I feel bad for because what was his name? Dylan Borland, who came out. He was in front of Congress. A guy's life was ruined based on he's unemployed. Like they went after him. They just took.
Yeah, they said he never worked at any of these programs, and but then they're interviewing other people who are like, no, I was there. He worked there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, same thing. Grush, went in on him. Like all these guys, they're gonna have a disinformation side to it, and that's what really sucks because we really don't know who's telling the truth, who's doing it. So.
Well, some of the people that are coming and speaking out are definitely agents of disinformation, but it's really hard to tell which ones.
Yeah.
So let's go over some of the claims that they have made. So that secret government project to cover up contact with extraterrestrial intelligences. That's number one. Number two, they go over. There's a cover up of basically some sort of energy that we could harness to make our lives better, but that would basically just collapse the entire economy. Right. Now, I never really understood why they would want to cover up technology, but now as I'm getting a little bit older, understanding how like free markets work and stuff like that, if there was an unlimited amount of energy, that would eliminate rich people. Everybody would just be rich at that point.
Right. Yeah.
There would be no scarcity. So scarcity is what creates wealth. That's what makes Elon Musk a trillionaire, is because there is a scarcity and he's, gathering more than everyone else. But if they release some kind of energy that, some sort of Star Trek level type shit where they could just replicate and make everything for no one would be rich anymore.
Yeah. There's evidence that, they call it 0-point energy, basically sucking energy out of the air, out of the, I don't even know if they just showed it could happen.
Or the water. That's one of the things that is theorized, is that these craft are just kind of, a lot of these craft that we see are just kind of stopping to like fuel up on like seawater.
Yep, I've heard.
Because they can
I've
make
heard
energy out of that.
And it is a it's like a rest stop area, like where you're situated in the galaxy is a place.
It's a rest area for aliens.
Yeah, exactly. We're just wizards giving hand jobs.
Yep. Intergalactic hand jobs.
Yes, that's different.
That's better.
Double.
Let's see. So the reverse engineering of advanced technology, suppressed energy propulsion science, global political. Yeah, we kind of touched on all of that. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool idea that this stuff that we've been talking about basically my entire life.
Right.
People have been saying this stuff for my entire life, and now we actually have people in the government that are like, yeah, that's fucking real.
Yeah. I've been talking about it a lot. I'm going to make Told You t-shirts. I'll get you one.
Told you, or it's just got to
Yeah, exactly. It's,
Oh, we're going to get alien disclosure before we get the Epstein files, for sure.
Oh, I was just talking about, I was like, that's perfect. Trump got to pull it. He's like, fine, I'll tell you the real deal.
I'll tell you about the aliens.
Let's bust that out. Instead of looking at, I could see that.
Everybody forget that I raped a bunch of kids and look at these aliens.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah. Yeah. I just hate the cover up being, I honestly, to this day, am like, why though? Really? Just because of money and like greed? That's where the cover up is?
That's usually what every cover up involves, is people that are in power want to stay in power. That's the only reason to have a cover up.
Yeah. I don't know. I talked about, I don't know if I talked about it on my show, but I think that what they're really covering up is like basically like a magic wand of medical technology, like something that can cure cancer, cure whatever the fuck. Because, a lot of the stuff they talk about scalar energy, that's basically vibrational stuff. So like, if you think that the body could be healed with vibrations, and it doesn't matter. I think that they have blood on their hands, basically. I think that they have let people die all these years, and that's the real reason they can't come out with it, because
Well, making poor people die to stick with the status quo is commonplace, basically.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
But
no, like rich people don't go fight wars,
right.
No,
Or their kids.
or their kids. Yeah, it's other people. It's other people's friends and kids that get sent to the meat grinder to die. So this is commonplace. So yeah, letting grandma die of cancer, they don't give a shit.
I just never hear that side of it brought up. Like, what is that technology? It's definitely bringing some kind of new technology to medicine. How it's but that's it's not talked about a whole lot. And yeah, Dick Cheney died. I think he'd have access to it, but who knows?
I mean, didn't he get the first like robot heart installed into his body?
Right.
Like before anybody else?
Wait, why was it him?
He should have been dead 30 years ago. His heart was bad. Yeah.
I mean, he's Emperor Palpatine, if there ever was one. That fucking guy. Couldn't take a message. You're supposed to be dead.
I always found it interesting because when we talk about like ancient cultures and ancient religions that talk about like meeting these gods or these people from the heavens or whatever, they're also associated with stories of like dudes living like 800 to 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is like what, 10,000 years ago, 8,000 years ago or whatever.
Right. And that gets into a whole thing with our genetics, our DNA. How we got to where we are doesn't really make sense, without some kind of intervention along the way. And
I think, I think we're going to eventually explore outside of our solar system, and we're going to find a bunch of other motherfuckers that look pretty similar to us.
Yeah.
They might be like a little bit different because the planet is different, but they're going to have 2 arms and 2 legs probably. They're not going to look that alien to us.
Yeah. No, I do feel like I saw like a scientist did a study like to try and figure out like if this form, this bipedal, like upright was, and it seems to be like that would be the natural progression on any planet. Regardless.
Well, I mean, any planet in the same general distance from the star in its solar system that we are from our star, right? Around the same gravity. With higher gravity, we'd probably be walking around on all 4s.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Similar oxygen-rich environment and similar distance from their star, then yeah, sure, this is probably the closest thing to natural evolution. And then if we have, some alien guys that are coming around and kind of putting their thumb on the scale, then yeah, I think that's probably how we got here. That's probably why we think that there's a God, is because our ancient ancestors met that motherfucker. And
I mean, it's funny. You just go back. It's like, what? Maybe we need to go back and look at all the shit they wrote down and drew and be like, wait, maybe they all weren't all speaking in metaphor. Maybe a lot of this shit was really happening to them. Like, they weren't just making it up.
Right.
Like, what's the Indian one?
Oh, the Bhagavad
Gita.
The Gita, yeah, where they talk about like a great war in the heavens.
Yeah.
And I mean, things were crashing down into and shit like that. Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard any talk of that we're already interplanetary and that we're like human Americans today have people on the moon and Mars?
Yeah. I've heard a lot about, like potential like stargates that our secret government programs have access to, where they could get to like the moon and to Mars like pretty much instantaneously. I've heard about stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if the tech that a UFO would bring, I mean, if they've had it for 80 years, chances are, yeah, that's probably happening already. Like, if they can go there already, like, why wouldn't they? Like. That one seems to me to be like, all right, like if I believe this, I gotta give that some credence because,
I mean, I think it's certainly possible that that are, we have like, there's a sci-fi series that I read called The Old Man's War, and basically everyone on Earth was clueless to the greater galaxy and just kind of lived in peace on Earth. But there was like a separate contingent of humans that lived on another planet in a different solar system and knew other alien species, and basically just kept Earth hidden from all of the rest of the galaxy because, just in case.
Right. Yeah. I mean, man, that could be real too.
Yeah.
Every time, anything that comes on out to my kids, I'm like, that could be real. That could be real. Stranger Things actually based on a true story. Could be real.
So
like
could be real. It could be interdimensional.
Men in Black is a documentary. Like, I mean, who fucking knows? Like, I need to go back and watch that one actually, because then I'm like, oh my god.
Well, the Men in Black, the idea of them have been around for at least since the 40s, I would say.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's
they
usually
make
just
it up on their own.
And it's I don't think the Men in Black are like guys from a secret government organization. I think they're some sort of weird alien androids or something that are like investigating what we actually saw.
Yeah, have you ever seen like the videos of the supposed Men in Black? How weird they are. Like they probably look a lot like me, but paler without any hair on.
Yeah, they don't pick up on like social cues the way that we do. They don't ever seem to eat. They don't really seem to know how to ask questions appropriately.
Yeah. I mean, it's autism.
Yeah, or they're an alien.
Yeah, I mean, alien's cooler.
So I'm thinking Disclosure could be one of the things I want to touch on from the documentary that we both watched last night, The Age of Disclosure, is how they claim to understand how the technology actually works, which I thought was interesting. I hadn't actually heard anybody that has supposedly worked with this technology actually speak about it. So I thought that was exciting.
Yeah. I mean, everything up until that point, it was all just, we're figuring it out. We didn't know like Bob Lazar, that guy, he would talk about trying to reverse engineer it, but never said that they could actually fully do it. That was kind of interesting.
So they say the crafts that basically, what are they? They're going 40,000 miles an hour or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think it's as fast as they want to go.
Yeah, basically.
Like, do they want to look out the window and see what they're passing over or not? Right. Like, I don't think it's just like up to them.
It starts and stops on a dime, and more importantly, when it makes those maneuvers, it doesn't kill the things that are inside.
Right. It's not a blender, because I mean, you'd be jelly on the wall if you.
Yeah, if you could somehow slingshot yourself in your car at 40,000 miles an hour, you would just turn into goo.
Yeah, you'd disintegrate. There's no way around it. So that's cool.
So that,
if we get to ride in one, we won't die right away.
But they said the way that it works is that they're creating a bubble with an immense amount of energy that basically makes everything inside of the bubble its own space-time.
Right.
So it's kind of like how
little water, and it doesn't make any splash or whatever. It's just a little thing.
They never explain it in Star Wars, but that's kind of how I imagine the shit in Star Wars working, because they do all those weirdly impossible maneuvers, and their craft don't have wings, but they fly into atmosphere and water and shit like that. So
again, who knows? Might be real.
Yeah, and it was really interesting hearing from the pilots. This was the first time I heard one of the pilots actually describe what it looked like, not on the radar, because all the images that we see are either on a weapon system or like a radar. Mm-hmm. So it's like some kind of missile targeting system, and we just see, a white blob or a black blob that's a heat signature. But the pilot was talking about how it passed right in between him and another fighter plane, and he said it just looked like a black cube inside of a clear bubble.
Right. What? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, they're all made to spec. All these UFOs are made for a purpose, 3D printed and a shot out. What that purpose is, I don't know. But it's crazy that the safety of flight issue is not brought up, because it's like, you got, if it's wanted to be dismissed and be like, yeah, aliens, but it's like, well, we actually have shit that like matters, like that, like people could die if you don't address it, sort of thing. What are we gonna do about it? It's like all the drones, they're over Europe right now. Like the Dutch military just,
the drones that we saw and the weird spy balloons that we saw, like all of it definitely matters.
right. I mean, like I was thinking about it, it's like, if I were the aliens and you got all these people who just look at their phones and don't seem to give a shit, even if an alien like landed in their lap, like how would you get their attention? Fuck up with their vacations.
Yeah.
Fuck up with like their vacation plans and be like, wait, what? My flight's delayed. Why?
Well,
drones? Like what? Like, that's how I would do it.
We live in a very peculiar time where if the president came out tomorrow and said that aliens were real, only 50% of the country would even believe it, believe him.
Right.
And the other half would be like, well, he's lying.
He's doing it to get away from the Epstein file.
Which also, both could be true.
Right. It could be true, but like they'll still just dismiss it. Anything to dismiss it. Like it is a topic that people can pull the most abstract idea out of the air in order to not fuck up their worldview and have to reevaluate what all this is. Because I've seen it now. I've seen it a lot where I've had a conversation with somebody and I'm outside and I'm looking at the sky and I'm looking at these lights. I'm like, that is weird looking. There's two lights, whatever. And I'm like, we turn around. I was like, look at that. And the person's facing towards me and I'm facing them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what is these aliens? I'm like, I didn't say anything. I'm saying like, just look over there. Just look at that.
Look at it. Like,
well, what is that? Would not turn around to just look at it. It wasn't even, I didn't say anything about aliens. I didn't say anything about UFOs. I was like, just look at that.
You think that's like a fear-based reaction?
It gotta be. I mean, it blew my mind. Like, I was like, you just can't turn your body.
You don't want to just look at the sky?
I didn't say, I was just like, just look how weird that is. And I was like, oh my God, this is worse than I thought it was.
I've seen glowing orbs hovering around the Skyway, in between basically the Skyway and MacDill Air Force Base, I think 4 times now. Yeah.
Oh, I see them all the time. My phone floated.
If you're up on top of that bridge, look out over the bay towards MacDill, and like I would say that maybe 1 time out of 10 you'll see something.
Yeah, I mean they got live cams in St. Pete Beach pointed out. There's like a Reddit account they're posted. Like there's like, here's more from the St. Pete Beach live cam. I mean, it's everywhere. It's not like, it's just a matter of people giving a shit, taking the time to look up and open their minds.
Well, I think a lot of people just do not realize how commonplace seeing a UFO actually is in this day and age.
Yeah. No, it's
not rare like it was in the 60s or 70s.
Right. And, more people are talking about it. Like whatever is going on, like there's definitely an uptick, to say the least. They're becoming way more brazen than they used to be.
And doubters and people, I don't know if they're doubters or, like I said before, the fear-based reaction will say stuff like, well, seeing UFOs, that's a uniquely American thing. They don't actually see them in other countries. And that's wrong. That's propaganda.
Yeah.
They see them in almost every country.
Yeah. No, they're all over the place. It's just like, what do we got to do here? I mean,
I watched that show, Paranormal Caught on Camera, and it's a great show if you haven't watched it. It's basically America's Funniest Home Videos, but for like paranormal and alien stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
So it's like, it's people it's all people, they just email in their home footage, and then podcasters like us look at it and go, wow, I think this is what I think it is,
Yeah.
That's the whole show.
Yeah.
So,
great.
Once you start watching that, I've seen like 6 seasons of that. It's just like, oh, people see a UFO every single day. Like, this is a daily occurrence.
Yeah. No, and it's just, most people are afraid to talk about it, and that sucks. It's just like, my girlfriend will be like, why are you so, she said, why are you so obsessed? I'm like, it's only the most interesting thing to happen of all time. That's all. Literally ever. And it's not really even like a discussion on whether it would be or no. It would absolutely be the biggest thing to happen to humanity ever. And
we don't know for sure. So this is what I tell people. It's like, I don't know for sure, 100% for sure, if what we're seeing is aliens.
You don't know for sure.
But I do know for sure that it's real. It's a real thing that you can see.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like, there's people who are even further into conspiracy shit that'll say that's all holograms.
Yeah.
That's Project Blue Beam. They're even
the moon.
Right. I mean, we could talk about the moon. That's part. Moon don't make sense, but whatever. But yeah, they'll absolutely have it locked and loaded, ready to go. And it's just like, until one lands in my yard. I'm like, I've had the discussion where I'm like, do you believe in oxygen?
Yeah.
Do you believe in your money? You can't see your money, really. Like, do you believe in God? All these things that you don't actually have to have land in your life.
See.
And you don't, yeah, exactly. No way.
I don't know. I've seen them when I was in the military. I've seen them in multiple countries. I've seen them in my own backyard.
Oh, yeah. Where were you at? Where did you get deployed in the military?
I was in Iraq 3 times.
Okay. I was going to ask about the Kandahar Giant. If you ever heard of that thing.
No, what is the Kandahar Giant?
This is a story of like early 2000s, apparently, in Afghanistan.
Never went to Afghanistan.
They had they came across a giant ginger giant that moved quickly like a human. It impaled a soldier, apparently, and held its thing up like that. And they shot it and killed it. And black helicopters came in and took away the body.
Ooh, that's possibly.
Yeah.
I've never heard the story, but I have heard stories about giants. I know there's a whole Reddit that is dedicated to people that believe in giants.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way with everything. Maybe. Like, there are certainly a lot of newspapers that back in the day show that they found giant bones and they're talking about all these things. And
then later they're like, oh, that was fake.
Right. Or you go to try and find the art, like they went to the National Archives,
Right.
Like, oh, we lost it. It's like, well, okay.
Yeah. We never had it, even though there's records of them having it.
Yeah.
We're off on another tangent entirely.
Well, I told you before we started, I was going to go through a list of things, just be like, what do you believe? And I mean, we've almost covered everything.
Well, we got giants. Yes or no?
Had giants on there. I mean, like I said, everything's a maybe for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really on the fence about it. It's just like if somebody says that they saw something, and then typically I believe people, because what is the point of making up a story where you look like a crazy asshole?
Exactly. Like, I mean, unless you have that friend who does that, like, why would people make this shit up? Like, there's just no,
Yeah, you just look like a fucking crazy person, basically. I mean, even us talking about it with sincerity makes us look like a crazy person. But I'm a comedian, so I don't give a shit if people think that I'm crazy. I definitely am.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be the truth tellers. Somebody's got.
Real quick, I just gotta touch on the sponsor. It is a new sponsor for Something Planet. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us. We are a video podcast on Spotify and YouTube, and we're audio everywhere else. Also, to make sure to check out Eric and Law at the ROI podcast, wherever podcasts are found. New sponsor is Clean AF. If you check out the show notes and click on that link from Clean AF, you're going to get 20% off your very first order. And then if you use the coupon code Something Planet, you're going to get 15% off your entire order. That's any order. You can keep using that code over and over, I believe. So yeah, Clean AF. It's a CBD products. They got vape pens. They got tinctures. They have creams, topical creams, stuff like that. So if you want want to get high, or you just want to use it medicinally for your joints. I do a little bit of both. But yeah, Clean AF. A lot of people talk about these CBD products, and most of the time, they're trash, and Clean AF is not that. They use the best ingredients. It's a pretty reliable feeling every single time. So get that before the government tries to make it illegal again.
Mhm.
It's yeah, click the link in the show notes. Otherwise, I believe it is Clean AF-CBD. No, cleanaf.com. Yeah, use the code SomethingPlanet at checkout. We're also brought to you by random-fandom.com. That's the official t-shirts of the Something Planet podcast. It's not too late to get your orders in before Christmas, so check out random-fandom.com for all of our really funny t-shirts. You got any sponsors you need to hit on, Eric?
Law does all the reads anyways.
Yeah, Clean AF. It's fun new product, and I'm glad that they are supporting the Something Planet podcast and Mysteriousnesses.
Yes.
Moving on. So, at the beginning of the year, we started hearing about this, but there was, obviously there was a lot of other news at the time, and some people may have missed it, but there is a giant comet, let's call it, for lack of a better term, or I'm sure we'll change our minds here in a minute. There's a giant comet. It's named 31 Atlas. I think that's just the designation that astronomers gave it.
And the I stands for interstellar.
Oh, so it's 3I Atlas.
Yes.
I've been saying 31 Atlas this entire time, like a dumb motherfucker. Nobody corrected me. Thanks for correcting me. You're a true friend.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't want you
3I Atlas. Interstellar stands for interstellar means that it's not from our solar system, and it's the third object, I believe, that they've noticed come through our solar system that is not of our solar system.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes. That they've been able to catalog or get eyeballs on somewhere.
Right. Well, the technological technology keeps getting better and better, so it's getting easier and easier to see these things. Who knows? It might be a common occurrence that one of these objects cuts through our solar system, but I honestly doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you look at all the anomalies about this thing, it's bizarre. Like, I don't think this thing's coming to Earth necessarily, but the odds that it flies on the elliptical plane that the planets are already on,
Yeah, explain that a little bit.
All through 360 degrees, right? Like, it could be coming straight down onto but it's going at the same level that all the planets go around the sun. That's bizarre.
Which is, and it should not be affected by the sun's gravity until it's already like in the solar system. So the odds that it would fall into line with everything else is pretty fucking slim.
Yes. And it came within, I think it was like 9 degrees of the direction, which, take it with a grain of salt, where the WOW signal in 1978, I think it was, that SETI picked up a signal from a direction that was however long, and it went away, and that was it. And it was,
that's like basic. That's like what Carl Sagan was inspired by to write his novel Contact, I believe.
Yeah. But even, just the way it behaves, I mean, this thing's got the tail pointing in the wrong direction.
It's emitting light from the front.
Yeah, I mean,
that's interesting. Most comets have a tail, and the tail is lit up because it's reflecting. Ice is reflecting from the sunlight.
Well, I mean, I had to make up the word anti-tail to be like, all the tail going from the wrong way.
Anti-tail. That's totally normal, guys. Even though we've never seen that before, ever.
Yeah, coupled with all the weird colors, and at one point they were like, "Oh, another comet is following it," and then it went away, and nobody talked about it. I was like,
I didn't hear about that,
bro. Like, yeah, they named it and everything. It was like
and now it's gone.
It was like a 2-day thing, and then nothing. And then we had to wait on NASA because of the government shutdown to give us the biggest
images
of the picture you've ever seen. It was like, what? Why would you have a press conference to show us that? As though,
yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now. Let me see if I can share this.
Well, the NASA one is stupid. I've got one.
I got one right here. So here is the picture. There we go.
Right. Cool.
So this is what NASA ended up showing us. And so I believe the Harvard professor is Avi Loeb. He's basically the head of the astronomy department at Harvard.
Yeah, something like that.
He's got some fancy title where he's basically in charge of watching the skies.
Yeah.
He believes fully that this is an alien craft. He doesn't know if anybody in it's still alive or not, but he thinks that it is a craft. And now he's since the new photos came out, have you seen? Did you read his Substack?
I mean,
that just came out recently.
I see. He's got a new article like on Medium almost every day. I don't have
Medium. That's what I meant. Medium.
but
Yeah, I was.
Well, I
always forget Medium and Substack aren't the same
I
thing.
think he says it could be an alien ship. He's just not labeling it a comet, and people just are like, "Oh, it's fucking good." What is he, Mossad? They're bringing up, bro. Like he's just like a scientist telling you what's happening as objectively as he can, and just be this is where if like he's basically saying if an alien spaceship were coming, it's just kind of what it would look like. Like this is how it happened, and his thing. And I don't know why he brings it up all the time, but he's like, but maybe they'd release some probes, and then the probes come down to it, and it's like, we keep talking about that sort of thing where it's like, just stick to the facts, brother. But,
Well, I mean, it could be that this is some giant ship and that these craft that we're seeing at like basically an ever increasing amount over the years is coming from the ship, and we're seeing them more often because the ship is getting closer.
Yeah.
Could be that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And I feel like if it did have a purpose, it's doing whatever it wants, and we might not even notice or understand or see what happened. But, who knows? Like, just something that big flying through the solar system messes with all the different planets, and with Mercury in retrograde, like, it puts all this shit into retrograde. And it messes with all these different things just going through the solar system like that.
What he's talking about now is that with the new photos and the new
positioning of the object, he believes, or he theorizes, I don't know if he believes it, but he theorizes that this is evidence of this object basically making a course correction.
Yes.
That's what he's saying those bright lights are in the photo. Is that potentially thrusters moved it so that the object is closer to Jupiter to be able to drop some sort of objects into that gas giant.
Yeah, I mean, there's images of it that show like it looks like straight lines of shit shooting off of it, like where it doesn't make sense that it would be. I forget how it went, but it was like for a comet to be shooting out these things, it would have to have this much mass, and it doesn't have that much mass, like for outgassing of these different, elements or whatever. But I mean, the photo you showed, I've seen that one. I've got one pulled up that looks like it's in the shape of a plus sign and has like form.
Just click present down here at the bottom, and you can show it to me. Yeah. So I just have that one photo. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's gonna get close enough to us that we're gonna actually be able to observe. We're gonna be able to see what it is. Let's add this to the stage.
Yeah. Okay, you got to do.
Before, what does it say?
Oh,
I have to remove. There we go. So this is from November 20th. So that's what it is. Is this orange blob right here?
That's what they took a picture. I mean, that's the picture. I don't know.
Doesn't look like anything. Oh, that looks fucking creepy. I feel like I've seen something like that in the sky before, but obviously, this object 3I Atlas is, what do they say? It's about the size of Manhattan, correct?
Yeah, it's huge and it's fast.
And it's moving very, very fast.
Yeah. Which is also, it just does blow my mind that as fast as this thing is going, and it's like, it's not even going to get as close to Earth until December 19th. It's like, God, we don't matter is the point. Like, everything's so.
We might not. This is all. It's all super interesting stuff, and I guess we're gonna see. But I don't know. I feel like this is it, and I know I've never said it, but I've heard so many people saying over the past 15 years that this is the year for disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like this is the closest we've ever been to it.
For sure. I mean, it's going to be a tipping point where it's just commonplace, and then who knows what that shit looks like. Oh, I mean, because then it's like, how much do you reveal? Are they going to reveal that, they can look like people or whatever? And it's
right.
Your boss might be one, like that sort of shit. And it's just like, everybody's going to dip the other's head because it's like,
everyone's going to get those Roddy Piper x-ray glasses.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie, but I want to.
Them, it's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Isn't it They Live?
Or They Live, yeah. Them is something else.
Them.
That's the generic version. Yeah, well, I mean, I think we should do this again in a couple of weeks and give another update, and we can also start with another spooky topic to talk about.
Yeah, man. I got a list of how long.
Okay.
We can do it all day.
Well, I want to remind you guys once again, check us out on Instagram at Something Planet Podcast, at John JS Planet, and at Eric Redinger. You can find some clips from past episodes and this episode and future episodes. Remember to follow Something Planet on Twitch, where we do some game streaming every week, and check out the Something Planet podcast and the Three Ugly Mugs podcast, and also right behind Eric right now, the ROI podcast. All of these are available wherever you prefer to get podcasts. Is that it?
That's it.
I think we're done. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to just play us out with this theme once again. Thanks, guys.
It's Bigfoot right now, back on the radar at a Tampa Bay park.
He died in 1978.
So he got killed with a ghost after you.
Get with the ghost, yeah. Great great name.
Who you gonna call?
To
me, it look like a leprechaun to me. I gotta do look up in the tree. Who all said the leprechaun? Say yeah.
Is something really out there? 3 more U.S. senators received a classified briefing about UFOs at Pentagon.
Others find it hard to believe